Hello, I am Dikgokhwemo Kone, network marketer from Bronkhorstspruit in South Africa. Here is my picture. I thank you all for attending this presentation. Welcome on board. Stay on until the end as you will get a reward for this. Remember, things come to those who wait. You may one day thank me for having encouraged you to stay until the end. One of my niches of interest is client follow-up care. May I ask you a question? Would you like to make money from improved client follow-up care? Ways to improve on client follow-up care will be presented. As the saying goes, the fortune is in the follow-up. Following up well with clients is going to put money in your pocket. So it makes good business sense to improve on client follow-up care. The material used in the preparation of this presentation was obtained from different sources like online articles, videos, and webinars. Ways to improve on client follow-up care may be: 1. Show clients that you care for them. A service provider may be very knowledgeable and know his or her work inside out. However, people will not care how much he or she knows until they know how much he or she cares. To have many loyal supporting customers, you should have a high degree of caring. You should show your clients that you care for them as people rather than just as, for example, buyers. You should get more personal with your clients and address them with their names as far as practical, as well as encourage them to address you by your name. 2. Thank your customers for complaining. The majority of customers will rather walk away than complain when they are not satisfied with services. Apologize to your customers who complain if you find this justified, and encourage them to come and complain whenever they find this necessary. Make a promise that you will always give them a fair hearing and keep this promise. Your customers will tell others of the way you are accommodating to clients as a business person. Thank those who come and complain while addressing their issues genuinely, as they are showing a willingness to stay and deal with matters. Not genuinely addressing complaints reminds one of the story of the bed bug letter, which briefly goes as follows. It is stated that a passenger in the Pullman Railway sleeping car services saw a bed bug on his sleeping place and then wrote a letter to the president of the company complaining of this. He got a reply that this should never have happened. The customers' complaints are taken very seriously, and because of his complaint, all the cars have been pulled off and fumigated, and that he should not be afraid to complain again if there is a similar problem or any other problem. Then accidentally, the letter that he had written to the president fell, and down below on it was written, "Send this SOB, the bed bug letter," which means that this problem had been ongoing and it had a standard way of being addressed, but the addressing was not correctly because it was cheating to clients. It was not actually being addressed as it should have been addressed. So, not taking patients' complaints and dealing with them appropriately is not the way to go. 3. Do for your clients beyond what is expected of you. These days, only rendering enough services is said not to be enough. So, You need to render an exceptional service to succeed in business. Think of yourself as a customer, what you like and dislike, over deliver what you like while avoiding what you dislike. You should recall the times when you were delighted by extra efforts to accommodate your needs or outraged by rudeness or a negative attitude. Through this, you will get a greater insight into what makes for extraordinary customer service and implement it. 4. Devote 70% of your time building a great service. Building a great service will be far more rewarding than advertising it. Clients who receive superb service from you will actually advertise your business. Rather than going about telling clients how good your services are, stand out delivering an exceptional service. The satisfied customers will go around promoting your business by word of mouth, telling others what good services you are rendering. They will not only come back and do business with you again, but will probably also bring their families and friends along. 5. Help your customers to solve their problems. Help your customers to solve the problems for which they need help with. It should be like a patient going to a doctor complaining of pain and the doctor finding out that the pain needs painkillers and as a result of this, give them to the client. It is important that you communicate with your clients and find out what problems they are having and need help with before you come up with interventions. You should not impose what they do not need or want on them. 6. Invest more in caring for customers than advertising your business. It has been stated that the overwhelming majority of advertising, promotion, marketing, branding, investment, and expenditures most organizations make today are more about selling goods than assisting customers. Customers are said not to be fools and know when they are being deceived. Word of mouth is a strong medium to spread the reputation of your business products and services. Investing more in caring for customers than advertising will be the more beneficial way as the satisfied customers will advertise the business for you. 7. Communicate with customers and make them your friends. People tend to buy from those who they know, like, and trust, the KLT phenomenon. You should communicate with your customers so that they can know, like, and trust you. The effective way to do this is to communicate with them daily through, for example, email and social media. You should also give them a call, and the cost-effective way to do this is through Skype. The Skype to Skype calls being free. Joining Skype is also free. Creating a good relationship between your company and your clients can help with positive word of mouth promotion that will make the business thrive. 8. Make satisfying your customers a business strategy. Your customer is the person who pays you for your goods or services. It will be good business practice to keep them satisfied or even delighted with what you are providing them. Satisfied customers will do repeated business with you and refer new clients. Dissatisfied customers can lead to complaints, returns, leaving your business, and negative publicity. This can lead to deterioration in your business with regard to making money and having customers. Customers look for certain services, and those who provide these are best able to satisfy their requirements. 9. Always remember the purpose of a business. The purpose of a business is to create customers who also create customers by spreading news about the business. To create and retain more customers, there is a recommendation that you should under-promise and over-deliver to them. There is also a concern about this approach in that most businesses do not have the ability to manage their customers' expectations so thoroughly. In order to over-deliver, one should first find out what their customers' expectations are, then exceed them. It is reported that there is widespread deterioration in performance. 10. You must keep the promise you make to your client. The recommendation is to under-promise and then over-deliver. As previously said, 3 other options are to deliver exactly what you promise, under-deliver, or not deliver at all. The last 2 can have negative results as they will lead to your customers knowing, distrusting, and disliking you for not keeping your promise. As a result of this, you will not be successful in your business. Not keeping promise reminds one of the story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin town in Germany, which it is stated was infested with rats, and a promise was not kept after they were ultimately removed. The story briefly goes like this. It is stated that the people of Hamelin were rich and happy until the town was infested with rats. The rats multiplied, were many, and killed cats and fought with dogs. It is said the rats ate anything except metal. The concerned citizens went to the mayor and the councillors to complain about this. The mayor and the councillors said thinking of a way to get rid of the rats. Then one day it is said there was knock at the door, and a gentleman dressed strangely came in holding a golden pipe, and he said he could get rid of the rats, that he had helped people elsewhere to get rid of pests which were troubling them, and that he would need 1,000 florins for this. To which the mayor said, 1,000 florins, we will actually give you 50,000 florins. Well, then agreed that he would get rid of the rest the following morning, as it was already late. The following morning, the piper went through town, blowing his pipe, and all the rats in town are said to have followed him, and he led on to the river, where he went into it. They followed him and all drowned. It is said the people of Hamelin were very happy until the piper came back to claim his reward. And when he requested 50,000 florins, the mayor and the councillor said, 50,000 florins? Never. He then said, okay, then give me 1,000 florins, to which the mayor said, you will get 50 florins, and if you are still not satisfied, you will actually get nothing. He said the gentleman then pointed his finger angrily at the mayor and said, you will regret the day you did not keep this promise. It is reported that the councillors were afraid, but the mayor said, we saved the town 50,000 florins. The gentleman left, and it's reported the following morning he blew his pipe through town, and all the elderly people did not hear him, were fast asleep, but children did and followed him. They followed him to the mountain, where as he came blowing his pipe, there was an opening which went through a cave, and he and the children went through the cave, after which there was a closure. All the children in the town had followed him through the cave, except one lame boy who could not keep up and returned to come and relate the story. It is said attempts to go and look for the children at the mountain failed and they were never seen again. It is also reported that it took years before children were heard again playing in the streets of Hamelin, and also that the story has been passed from father to son, generation after generation. Thus, not keeping the promise we make to clients is not the way to go, as may lead to disaster and we will not be able to make the money we plan to make. 11. Don't try to please everybody. Sorry. Are you trying to please everybody? Remember, trying to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. There is a story which is told to illustrate this, and it goes as follows. It is stated that a man and his son went to the market to sell their donkey, and they led the donkey initially. Then they met people who complained that why are they just leading such a fit donkey and not ride on it? The man that then let his son ride on the donkey and led it. When they met people who complained that the children of these days do not respect the elders, look at the young fit boy on the donkey and the old man having to walk. The man removed his son from the donkey and rode. When they met people who complained that look at this man riding on the donkey while the poor boy has to walk, he then decided that they should both ride on the donkey. When they then met people where one man said, "Is that your donkey?" The man said, "Yes." The man said, "Doesn't look like this. You two are fit and should actually be carrying the donkey rather than the other way around." And the man and the boy obliged. They tied the legs of the donkey, tied the legs to a pole, and each carried the end where they carried the donkey along. And along the way, people were laughing at them. They then came to a bridge going over the river, and while they were moving over the bridge, the donkey managed to get loose, jumped, and fell down into the river where it drowned. Thus, trying to please everybody, they ended up pleasing nobody. So don't try to do it. Let go of those clients who don't see eye to eye with you. 12. Make your customers a free valuable offer that will subscribe them to your list. It has been repeatedly stated that the money is in the list. In order to make money online, you should have a list which is developed through prospects leaving their emails in your autoresponder, through which you will communicate with them. One of the ways to request them to leave their emails in your autoresponder is to make them a free valuable offer. The more this freebie or ethical bribe is valuable, the more subscribers are you likely to get. Thus, you should come up with a compelling incentive, as this is an effective way to start list building undertakings. I thank you all for attending once more. Here is the link to access your freebie, dikgokgwemokone.info, dikgokgwemokone.info. Any questions, any inputs, any concerns, feel free to send me an email at dnmlist@gmail.com. dnmlist@gmail.com. Have a successful business.